Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's just me today. I'm heading down to my mom's. It's like the Monday before Easter. Spring is springing and everything's blooming, and figured I'd give y'all guys a little idea of my drive in here and what I'm doing with my day. So here we go. Well, it wouldn't be spring without stopping by Wabi Sabi Farms to pick up me some strawberries. Man, them things look good. These are nice, big old strawberries. Gotta love them. Looks like they've got plenty more. So come and get them. Like I said, Wabi Sabi Farm. That's where I get my strawberries. They're a little out of the way, hard to get to. They're out here in Cordsville off Highway 402. Mr. Livington said he has never put a chemical on his strawberries, so we like that. Getting ready to stop here at Hugie Park and saw the pretty wisteria. I couldn't just let that go without filming some of that. It is right beautiful, and that is definitely a big part of the Lowcountry spring. Wisteria and azaleas and pink honeysuckles. But we'll start here. Like I said, we are stopping by to get water. We're here at Hugie Park in the Francis Marion National Forest, and have a little nice boat landing, and you can get you some water here too. Plus they have a nice park up here with a covered walkway or a covered picnic area. Not much facilities. I think it might have portalette styles, but that's about it. But let's go get some water. Alrighty, just like that, we've got water flowing. Decent flow right now. Like I said, got a landing here. Not a whole lot of place to dock your boat or anything, but they do have the landing. It's a pretty shallow creek with some logs and such in it, but I think it's pretty good. And this is the east branch of the Cooper River. One of the other wildflower icons in the Lowcountry is this time of year is the pink honeysuckles. They are beautiful. This small patch, but a lot of times you find like big patches of them here in the woods. If I find another patch, I'll show you. But Mom always loved these. Daddy always picked some for her. Too small of a patch for me to pick any out of here, so I'll leave them for later. If I find a big patch, maybe I'll get a couple. Well, figured I'd stop by and see Dad while I'm on the way down to Mom's. Hard to believe he's been gone almost 28 years, but such is life. Got grandmother and grandfather on my mom's side, Falk's side. Got them here too. But looks like I need to clean up a little bit before Easter. Alright, I have made it down to Mom's. And what you'll see here, a nice crop of Easter lilies. My dad planted these, gosh, well, he's been gone 28 years, like we said, and he planted it some years before he had passed. So he planted just a few to begin with. He'd gotten them from somewhere locally, out of the woods. Just kind of uprooted them and put them here. This spot usually stays wetter than anywhere else in the yard, and that's why they tend to do well here. But they've been steadily expanding outward, keep coming and going into the yard. But we love our Easter lilies. It always reminds us of Dad. If you look around at Mom's, you see these nice large live oak trees. There is 12 of varying sizes directly in her yard, and then 5 more that are just outside of the yard. One thing about live oaks this time of year, you'll see the leaves, plenty of leaves. They from about starting of March till at least the end of April, if not into a little bit of May, they'll be dropping leaves, and then they'll be dropping the blooms. And so I am constantly out here trying to clean it up and stay ahead of it during the springtime. Don't get me wrong, live oaks are beautiful. They really keep mom's house cool in the summertime, because they do protect it pretty well. But it's always a challenge just to keep up with the leaves, and I don't know, I don't like them to stay here. One thing I do use them for is mulching the gardens. So I'll take some. It's best to let them deteriorate some before you put it in there. But we still, I'll probably use some of the ones from this year in the garden. And as you see here, got a nice, large, full-size azalea bush, and it is beautiful and loaded with butterflies. I mean, all over the place. Butterflies, bees. So, got some that are not quite full bloom, and some that are already full bloom. But it's a beautiful, beautiful plant. Do have some smaller ones. These are, I don't think they'll ever be the size of the other one, but they're loaded with the bees. Got that going on. They are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What else we got going on? I got some dogwoods that are getting ready to bloom. They are just starting out. I'm not sure how well you can see that in the camera. GoPro is nice, but it doesn't zoom in all that well. But this tree is starting to bloom out pretty good. Daddy planted these trees also, so they've been here for quite some time. It is time to start doing the garden. I planted potatoes. That's actually some of the ones we grew last year. We had put them in a kind of a shed right there under a storage place right under my mom's carport. And some of the smaller ones that she never used, they started sprouting. So I pulled them out and laid them in the ground. Some of them have popped up, but they're kind of random, sporadic, and they may still come, because you got some of these that are small, but they're coming along. Problem that we're having is we've been in a drought for probably over a year now, especially here at Mom's place. She's gotten less rain than we have at our place in Goose Creek. So main part of the water that we're getting is we have to water. We've already watered this, I know, every other day, so 3 times in the last week, and I'm getting ready to turn it on, and still it's a little bit of moisture down underneath, but the surface is dry. I tried to plant a few rows of a couple of rows of corn, row of okra, and a row of string beans, and nothing has come up yet, and that's been almost a week. But it's dry. They're just having trouble germinating. So we'll continue to try to grow stuff. I am going to plant a few watermelons right in this area. Kathy's got some growing. I'll plant a few different types in here. Charleston Gray, Jubilees, and she did want to try the yellow watermelons and the Kajari melons in here. So we're going to try to get those as well. But we'll we'll plant them and we'll see if the water can keep up, see if we can get enough rain to sustain us. Meantime, I think I'm gonna have to rake some leaves. All right, I did put a little sprinkler on the old garden. See if it gives it enough water to help it germinate. Okay, that was what, about 15 minutes worth of raking, and we got a full, what I call tub, but what it is, it's a bed liner from a full-size long bed Chevy pickup. I think it was in a 90s model Chevy pickup, and it's not completely full, but it's pretty doggone close, and that didn't even complete this one tree. So like I said, we got 12 trees right in the yard and another 5 just outside the yard. I'm not quite as diligent with them as I am with the ones in the yard. I may or may not get those cleaned up, but I figured I'd give you an idea of what I do to pick them up. And now I'll take them out of the yard, put them in a pile, and save them for later potentially, and maybe put them in the garden at some point. As long as the leaves are dry, it's fairly easy to move the bed liner and put it where I need it to end up dumping it. Leaves start getting wet, they get heavy, and it makes it a little bit harder. I was going to drag it with the lawnmower, but I hadn't used it in long enough that the battery's dead, so I need to charge it to battery. So we'll get that in maybe the next time. I'm not going to have too long at it today. So, but again, it's all good. Part of working down here, you know you're going to work fairly hard at times, and a little hard work never hurt anybody. And again, we're flipping the bed liner. It's as long as the leaves are dry, it's not too heavy, so it's easy enough to flip it out. If I catch it when it's heavier, I'll actually shovel out some of the leaves before I try to do that. So back to work. Well, finished 4 loads today. 4 of the truck bed liners. But I think I finished up 3 trees. Finished up as much as I could. Still gonna have more to do. There's a few more leaves up in at least 2 of these trees. But we'll see. I got the bulk of them out of all these. But whether I do it now or later, I will end up having to get them. So this is the end result here. I think it looks pretty good. I guess I could just leave all the leaves here on the ground and let nature do its thing, but which looks better, that or this? That's anybody's opinion. Mine is I like the rake to look better, but that's just me. Alrighty, let's get down here to the Easter lilies, and I think I will sign off for the day. I'm about tired. Would accomplish a little bit more, but I did play a game of Scrabble with Mom. She was wanting to play, so we did do that. But anyway, I have fun whether I'm playing, working, doesn't matter. But thank you guys for watching, liking, subscribing. If you like this kind of content, share it with your friends, and we will see you next time.